the femininity grows through praise. Women grow through praise, even if it's underneath a shell. I was thinking about our conversation yesterday about what's something that you would watch together or do together.
Go out to eat.
Go out to eat. And so, so when we went to Olive Garden yesterday, I'm just joking. When you went to Olive Garden yesterday and you laughed when we talked about how you saw that they microwaved the pasta, because they do, by the way, they microwave shit at Olive Garden. When they microwave the pasta, how ridiculous that was. And when we laughed about it, it made me feel like open and free on the inside. Have you ever
What
said
was the
anything
question?
like that?
Ooh, I like the sound of it. That is actually hard for me to do because I'm pretty closed down myself. That's something I'm working on. Yeah, that'd be tough.
What do you think would be tough about it?
I don't usually open up to people like that because I'm kind of closed down. And then, her resentments have now caused resentments of my own towards her. So I'm kind of distant from her. So it's become this vicious cycle in a way. I'm trying to break that.
What do you want with her? Like, what would you like to see happen one step at a time with her?
Very good question. I think one of the first things I would like to do would be to talk together vulnerably eventually so that we can like connect on a deeper level, then grow intimacy and just respect each other for who we are and love each other for who we are without expectations of change.
Yeah, very cool. So what's something that you feel you could open up and talk with her about? Because you said that you're kind of closed and you have trouble with vulnerability. So it doesn't need to be crying. That's not what I mean. I don't mean like a woman's vulnerability, but when you say, when we laughed about the microwaves at Olive Garden, it made me feel light and free on the inside. You're telling her how you felt on the inside, even though it's like funny or positive. And
Hmm.
that sharing how you truly feel about something is vulnerable because the other person could judge you, right? Like if I
Yep.
said, I love Dungeons and Dragons and I do backflips every morning and I roll dice. I don't, but I've played Dungeons and Dragons before when I was a kid. But if I said that, often that's judged, right? Or that I loved watching Transformers and GI Joe when I was a kid, probably a little less judged, but someone could say Transformers, that show is ridiculous. I can't believe you watched that show. You're an idiot.
Yeah.
And so being vulnerable about how it made you feel free or joyous is still vulnerable. It doesn't have to be
Yeah.
sad. So what's something that you would actually, like that you feel joy that you might share with her, especially if it was in a
So
shared experience?
yeah, so that's the thing. I'm vulnerable with her. I can, share feelings and emotions, but it's sharing joy with her is where the difficulty is for me at the same time, right? Like us like sharing joy genuinely with each other, like meeting eyes, like something in you like wants to look away.
That
That's
you
what
want to immediately look away if you catch on?
I've got that problem with anybody, just sharing like true intimate, or just connected moment with somebody.
Well, the past 6 minutes have been very connected and intimate here with us and with me.
Think so? Oh, well, I do this all the time, so maybe not then.
Yeah. 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 I mean, sharing about yourself and sharing the truth about yourself, like I have a tough time connecting with her and I feel we kind of judge each other and there's this circle of resentment. And I would love for us to know each other at a deeper level and not, that's all very intimate
Yeah.
and vulnerable. Yeah.
Yeah, and I try that. I do that with her. I often will open up like I'm doing here actually, but she'll be shut down over there and won't open up in response. She'll
Sure.
cordially, agree and say, "Oh, yeah," I'm just kind of like, she's listening, I think, but she doesn't have it in her yet to be able to do the same with me. I don't know that she does it with anybody. Childhood stuff, I'm not sure, but
Yeah.
I don't know that she opens up to anybody deeply except her therapist. I think maybe now after a few years.
Yeah, yeah. I had that type of relationship as you heard the story, the story earlier,
Hmm.
right? So what you and I would talk about more, and what we would talk about is the skill and specifically how to potentially bloom her one tiny bit at a time. Yeah, I know you and I have talked briefly about that before, right? But that's the edge it feels. And while you do that, you're probably going to feel uneasy doing that as well, it sounds like. So there's really an edge for her and there's really an edge for you. And
Hmm.
that's why you're here, right? I love that you're here.
That's why I'm here.
Fantastic.